Good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is Advanced Logic, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD with me, Advanced Logic.
And me, Opaque Flake.
Who is joining me for the last half of this dungeon.
You mean I'm not coming back? Aw.
You might come back someday.
Aw, that's even worse.
But yeah, now that we have the double claw shots, we have a lot more we can do with the rest of this dungeon. As in, we can actually progress.
Well, I mean, considering you went around in a circle 3 times, yeah. I think anything after that would be considered progress.
It's all relative to progress. And I just smacked that bird with my claw shot. I'm like, oh, sorry. Meant for that guy. Like he's not even aiming where he doesn't even look where he's aiming. Just hits a bird. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Craw!
That bird's like, I heard you was talking shit.
Like, I'm gonna choke that bird. Why? Because I Z-targeted it. Wu-Tang!
But yeah, like, as long as you hold the ZL button, you could just target the next thing you want a claw shot to. Because it's usually nearby, but in that case, the bird was closer, so it's just like, oh, you want a claw shot to that bird? Go right ahead.
What buttons do you use to cycle between targeting here? I never really asked.
I think, you know, I haven't really tried switching targets. I always just let go of ZL and wait until the cursor gets over the other enemy I want to focus on.
You can't cycle here, right?
I think so. Because I know that was a thing in the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, considering that was like the targeting system that the games that introduced the targeting system.
So revolutionary. Must suck dick of video game. What do you mean my cartridge doesn't come with a dick to suck? I'll just do it on the internet.
But yeah, I do remember that being a thing. As long as you just held the Z button and then you pressed a certain button, it would just switch back and forth between any nearby enemies or targets.
I mean, I would do the same thing as you, but lately I've been... Well, not in a Zelda game, but like in targeting games where you have to target shit or lock onto, I would get more adjusted to cycling. But that's only because of turn-based combat.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh no, it's because I was just making sure, okay, did I miss any chests on the way here? Then I just cut out me looking through the map for like a good 20 seconds. I'm like, alright, I didn't miss that one. Didn't miss that one. I got that one. And yeah, you didn't want to see me looking at the map for 20 seconds.
What if I did?
And I don't know what to say about that.
I have no idea how to follow that. So.
Hooray!
I really like this though. It's like, I don't know, man. It feels so Metroid-esque.
Just like exploring dungeons and whatnot, or rather just the way we are progressing by getting items.
Yeah, you're climbing around. It shows. So, I didn't get to bring it up, but the dungeon design for this game is something I really do like. You brought it up for the Uku Step that you got. It's the Uku Step collection. But you mentioned it in the was it a mansion?
I think so. Oh, yeah, like, I think it was the Snow Peak Ruins?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if it's a mansion or a lodge or something like that. I just wanted the right word for it. But yeah, that's great dungeon design.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite dungeon. It's just like the aesthetics of it, like the way you go about like exploring it. Like overall, it's like a really solid dungeon.
Especially with the whole cannon thing, it does have you think a little bit. I wish they would have done a little bit more with it, like maybe slide it around. Because remember those push puzzles you were doing? Yeah. It would have been more unique that you would have to position, let's say, a cannon on one of them.
Oh,
you push it, and then when it shoots, it resets it. Or then you gotta push it somewhere else, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, they probably didn't do that for a reason, so, yeah.
Maybe they're just like, we don't want them thinking too hard about that sort of thing. Like, it's a Zelda game.
I was about to say, Nintendo, we don't have to think too hard. The Zelda game.
I mean, sure, they want you to think, but, like, I do get what you were saying with that whole, like, concept that they could have done, and I didn't even mean to do that, but that works. But, Like, I would have enjoyed that, like, if they somehow positioned the cannon on top of one of those ice blocks, and then you had to push it at a certain point, and you had to pretty much do, like, a ice block sliding puzzle in order to get the cannon to at a certain spot in order to blow off a certain portion of a wall.
I mean, they could have, but they didn't. They probably had a choice around it.
Yeah, or maybe they didn't want to, just like, oh, okay, how are we gonna pull this shit off? It's like, let's just not. Okay. Because
I've come to a realization that, like, this is just my opinion. I know some people also think this too. It's not a popular opinion, but these games can't be too hard because they do have to appeal to kids first before the fan base.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to say that's too much, but at the same time, like, maybe that could have been like a side mission or something inside the dungeon, but that's just me just thinking about it right now.
Yeah, like maybe they could have made it so you could get a heart piece or a stamp. Well, in the HD version's case, it would have been a stamp. Like, if it were the GameCube or Wii version, it would have probably been rupees. It's like, congratulations, you figured out, like, this really complex puzzle. Here's some rupees. Really?
Yay?
It's like, what am I gonna do with this? I don't know. You earned it, though.
Nah, it'd probably be water bombs or something.
God damn it.
Because you got a lot of bombs in that dungeon, so...
It is true.
Wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, well, in the water dungeon itself, I think it was understandable because they wanted to make sure you didn't, like, fuck up a certain part. Like, here's 15 of those. Please don't fuck this up.
You got harpies.
And, yep, and that makes for, I think, 17th heart container?
Let's do the counting. 2, 4, 6, 12. Yep. That's definitely not 17.
Shit.
No, it's 17. I'm just shitting with you.
Shit!
I was expecting you to say something, but you didn't follow up. You're fucking up, Goop. You're gonna fuck up right now, too.
Yep, look at that.
Damn.
It's that one little tiny corner. No matter what I do, I always fuck up and I end up, like, hanging off the edge.
Alright, getting back to dungeon design, I think this is cool because they do emphasize on the claw shot, but also, I don't know, it's like, you rarely get to do vertical dungeons in Zelda games, so it shows a lot to the adventure scope.
Yeah, like, now that you have the option to, like, shoot off a claw shot while you're hanging off another claw shot.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of I'm only saying this because I recently played Majora's Mask, but it reminds me of that one ice dungeon in Majora's Mask where you have to fuck around with the Goron.
Oh, damn it. Where was that?
Snowhead?
Oh, yeah, Snowhead. Oh, right, because they show off the capabilities of the Goron mask, like what you can do with that, what you can't do with that.
And the very end was, like, very vertical.
Yeah. Like, they have you jumping off because you have to, like, do the Goron dash, and Toby's scratching at my foot. Hi, Toby.
It's like, I want to be part of this commentary, too, and then he just yawns, and then he just pisses on you.
He's like, I have opinions on Zelda.
What are you doing?
No, it's because I noticed as I made my way to the next room, like, oh shit, I missed a chest.
2 days. I'm gonna ask, do you have when you play a Zelda game, what, like, grabs you?
Mostly the just exploration of dungeons and me trying to grab every chest, because, like, it is kind of fun trying to get to some chests, though with chests like these, I'm like, why?
And he never came back. Oh, never mind, he came back.
Yeah, I kind of realized, wait, I could just jump off, it'll spawn me back at the door that I went through in the first place. And I could just, look at that, shortcut.
I would have done the same. Let me guess, you were checking your map.
Yes, I was. I was like, okay, did I miss any other chests? No, I did not.
It's also kind of cool how when you claw shot onto those in the last room, they slowly slide off. Kind of like the blocks that you stand on with the iron boots or not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. It shows some quick thinking, I guess. Or quick enough.
It's like quick, you got a few seconds. It's like you have about 5 to 6 seconds. You might want to look around, see if there's anything you can latch onto. Because you might die.
Especially if you're you.
Yep. But hey, you gotta admit, me having 13 out of 17 hearts right now, it's kind of a feat. Look at me spin.
Shake your ass, come on, lunk man.
Don't you want to see me walk it now?
I can. It's made of lunk.
Bitch, well then, whack me off. God damn that song.
So your sensation. Okay, so I just gotta bring this up because I'm like not a former Zelda fan anymore. I've kind of given up on it right after this game. When I played Majora's Mask, I did enjoy it, but I knew there was something missing. And for me, which is why I asked you when you play this other game, what grabs you? And for me, I think why I stopped playing these games is because I have no sensation of wonder when I play these games anymore.
Does it seem like repetitive, like they do the same thing, or maybe it's just like they aren't being innovative with what they can do with the dungeons?
I think it has to do with the whole world in general. Like, yeah, so repetition in a sense, because one of the reasons why I love Majora's Mask was because of the wonder behind the mask and the story and the lore between that.
Yeah.
And I have no sensation for that. This is why this was my last favorite Zelda, because you got to play with the two worlds again, like in A Link to the Past, Dark and Light, or Twilight here.
Yeah.
And they also introduced some new mechanics like motion controls, Wolf Link, Midna, and they actually added some nice mechanics to this game as well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just my reasoning on why I can't into Zelda no more, but you're getting your ass handed to you, man.
Yeah, I know. And this freaking making me target onto that, and then somehow I missed this fucker.
Why don't you just Mina target?
I was trying to at first, but it wouldn't want to come down for a while, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Just tried lunging at it.
Wolf Link be like, I can't, it's made of fur, and then Mina will be like, bitch, well then I'll whack it off.
God damn it.
But hey, you got another pulso, and you got yourself another stamp for the Hylian letter S.
Actually, I think it was G. I don't know. Those Hylian letters look freaking weird. And Toby's crying. Hi, Toby.
It's like, I want to be part of the rap.
He wants to be part of the Beastman Skeletor rap, or in this case, Wolflunk Midna rap.
I think that's cool. What you're doing right now? It's small things like that.
Yeah. I just like spinning around like this. I'm like, nah, 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 nah.
So if you were doing this so if you were to be recording this by yourself, this is what you would be doing based on me watching you.
Yeah, like this section in particular is kind of why I wanted to do.
pissed off.
And he's all like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" But yeah, this section of the dungeon in particular is why I wanted to do co-commentary, because I'm like, Jesus Christ, what do I even say when I'm just hanging off of pea-hats that are moving around slowly and I'm just doing nothing but hanging off of them?
Yeah, there is definitely a lot of waiting here, which is why I said these kind of dungeons are a lot more tedious
than anything else. Yeah,
this is something where you can definitely shave off some stuff, but I mean, in a sense, it's padding.
Yeah, like I can understand this. Like, look, you could keep doing stuff with the double claw shots, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I could have done this with the regular claw shot, just one by itself. Especially in that section where like we're just hanging off of one pea hat at a time. I mean, sure, we're shooting across pea hats, but I don't know. It just didn't really feel like it was contributing.
See, what I would have done for that, I'm not a developer, but it's just something when you play enough games, you realize you could do this, and then if you were a developer, you can make it do that. But you got another piece of heart.
Yeah.
To work on, well, your last one.
Yeah, I just need 4 more heart pieces, and then we're set on that. And I think after this dungeon too, we could get 2 more heart pieces. Then there's the next dungeon that has 2 more, and then we'll be done with those.
Well, your MO is do that before the next dungeon, so look forward to that, people.
Yep.
I just want to finish this up real quick, but I would have used the Gale Boomerang to move the P-hats, so the motion, it would bounce off while you're holding onto it. But that was, since you have double claw shot, you could just switch, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I would have probably developed around, but again, I'm not a developer. You probably know more coding than I do in video games, which isn't much, but...
If anything, they could have made it so if you hit a P-hat with a Gale Boomerang, it can make it move faster somehow.
Yeah,
So,
pretty
like,
much.
to help speed up the process. Because, like, while you're hanging off with the double claw shot or something, equip the boomerang, throw one at one real quick, and then switch back to the claw shot, and then... Phew.
So you want to hear a badass mechanic I thought about when I first played this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I shit you not, it has to involves the top spinner thingy. So you know how there are like little indentations to write it on the wall?
Yeah.
And there was that one heart piece you got to get all the way up there and you speed up?
Yeah.
So I was thinking you could use the top spinner. I don't know what's called already, but you would ride that shit, but you would have to do sharp turns. So then you would use the claw shot to do those sharp turns, or you would like swing across while you're holding onto it, let go, and fall onto the next one.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. That would have been amazing. I mean, like, the game kind of does some things where, like, you could mix in some items to get, like, different effects. But I wish they did a little more with that. I mean, like, with the spinner by itself, it's okay. But then, like you say, if you mixed the spinner in with, like, the claw shot, as you said,
Yeah.
it would have been great.
I mean...
Also, I'm being a dumbass right here.
What? What?
I don't know. I don't know why I think these things.
Okay. What you did was so stupid. It knocked you into a cut.
You're like, nope, just go here.
Or
It's like, no, here, dumbass.
But I think one of the reasons where Zelda needs to improve, me personally, there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, it sells. It's Zelda. Is what did you do?
Oh, no, I just cut back to where I was first at, and then I'm just killing off these birds so I don't do that mistake again.
You probably will.
Nah, they're gone.
Okay.
And now to cross.
I think the mechanics here are a little bit too stiff or locked in, I guess. Like you can't mix stuff up like you would when you upgrade it. Like the thing I mentioned with the claw shots, you can use a claw shot on one hand and then the Gale Boomerang on the other, or the top spinner.
Yeah.
I think if you were to like incorporate whatever you hold in your shortcut buttons, that would add more depth to your puzzles, more depth to longevity for using your weapons in areas, figuring out puzzles. Like imagine using the beetle, but you latch on a bomb and you can drop it in the air.
I think they did do that with Skyward Sword, didn't they? Though they had to have bombs in the the environment. But yeah, it would have been nice if you had both. Like you just grab one of your own bombs, throw it on the beetle, and like, go, my child.
Or maybe you needed like an extra boost. You could slingshot the beetle. Like you need to arc it and then you control it.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like there are games that do stuff like that. I think Okami did something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I didn't really play a lot of Okami.
No, like I'm not fucking this one up again.
I ain't falling off.
And that's the last pole soul of this dungeon. And coincidentally enough, right next to the pole soul is our last collectible of this dungeon.
The Hylian letter Z.
That looks nothing like a Z, I swear. Just looks like a mix between an I and an O.
It's some kind of farm animal.
Yeah, something like that. As long as it looks like an animal, it's a letter.
So, I know you're in the know, but for those who aren't in the know of my channel, I'm doing the year of Final Fantasy. Right now I'm working on Final Fantasy X. If you see their language, not only just for Albed, but like their regular written language, you'd be like, that's lazy, to, what the fuck is that? That's a letter? But nah, it's essentially like, yeah, sometimes you gotta make runes look fucking wonky. Just say that's a letter. No, that's definitely a letter.
It's like, doesn't this language look mystic and cool? Even though it just like looks like something maybe a child scribbled on a paper. You're like, yep, that's an A. It's kind of like if you just drew a bunch of scribbles on a paper. You're like, look, I'm writing Japanese. Like it doesn't even look like cohesive Japanese at all. That's what I used to do. Just like every time, like I would just draw and then like okay, just writing some scribbles. It looks Japanese.
Hey, you got the big key.
Yep. And I cut out me going through, like, I went back to the bottom room, and then I was like, oh wait, I had to pull this, I forgot.
Honestly, they look like testicles, I'm just gonna say it right now. Their huevos dropped.
It's like, we make our huevos drop here.
I think another cool idea for mixing items would be like using the top spinner in this sense, and then using the iron boots to like slow down.
Oh yeah, yeah. Though
I mean,
I kind of wish the spinner didn't do that by itself, because like if you just use it without anything for it to latch onto, you eventually just slow down to a freaking crawl, and I don't like that about the spinner.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, we're pretty much close to the end of this dungeon.
Well, I mean, if you got the big key and you've been collecting every chest from there on out, and you got the map and the compass and the weapon, so yeah, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, we're only missing, like, at this point, just one chest, but that's up ahead, so yeah, we'll be getting it soon enough.
Yes, you will.
Also, this is what you have to do. I do like this part where just like, oh, you have to think a little more on what you have to do in order to reach this one. Like, you have to
I remember this. This was pretty badass. That actually got me for like a few 5 minutes, 10 minutes from what I recall.
Yeah, like I realized it once I fell down to the room. I'm like, oh shit, there's a switch I can't reach unless I'm coming down from the other room.
I mean, they could have just gave you the backdoor key, but
they really could have. Would have just given us some Super Mario World shit. Just like, all right, here's a back door.
Like as Link enters the door, he gives him like an angry glare, like you fucks did this to me. Could have prevented this.
Like all the Okas show up at the boss area. It's like, by the way, we could have flown you here.
Like
fuck you,
our
bro.
ancestors used to fuck your ancestors. Just saying.
It's like, let's not turn this ancestry into a rape or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just trying to poke the birds at this point. I'm like, alright, get over here. Fuck it, you're not worth it.
So I just thought of another mix-up between using these two. You want to hear it?
Go for it.
This is a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna shit on Nintendo for this shit, really, because what I'm saying is stuff that could take a while, but you have 2 claw shots, right?
Yeah.
So, you know how like Batman does a double hook shot and then he combines them to like make a rope to climb on?
Oh, yeah.
Do that with the hook shots.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like make a little rope that you could just make your way across in the wolf form. Like
Zip line, there you go.
Yeah.
You could use a top spinner on top of it too.
Damn.
I mean, all this shit that I'm saying, yeah, it sounds badass, but to design that, it does take work.
Yeah, it would have kept Twilight Princess from coming out on time, that's for sure.
But like, if you were to remake it, not remaster or reboot, but remake it, no, it would actually be a reboot. That would be pretty intricate, and it would add a lot of depth to the game.
Yep.
But it's shit like that I expect in a AAA game like this, because this is technically a AAA game.
Yeah.
But when you add stuff like that, you still need to polish it for bugs.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's really good at that stuff, so you really have to worry about this kind of stuff. But right now, you're focusing on this motherfucker who's taking his sweet ass time.
And then I'm like too close to him, like, okay, never mind.
It's like, I find your one weakness: patience.
Like you would think, since I'm aiming the claw shot at him, maybe I'll like, okay, I'm just gonna not try to charge. But like, nah, he's just being a dumbass.
Like, I'm just gonna wait here. I think something will happen. After you stun them, I know you can do the one-hit kill on them. I don't know why you don't do that, but yeah.
And because like I think even if you do the shield bash on them, like they still like you won't have much of a chance to do the mortal draw, because they might react. They might recover from it a lot quicker.
I remember being able to do that, but again, my memory's fucking fuck. It sucks right now. That's what I'm trying to get at. Only Only the best type of humor from Opaque Flake, man. They didn't even warrant death and you just killed them. Well, all that's left is climb. Right here, they're just making it tedious. I don't know why they did this, but...
Yeah, they could have easily just made that one door we went through in order to make our way here the door to the boss. But like, look, we're double claw shotting.
I would have done the same thing we just did right now.
Yeah, I'm like, well, now we gotta wait like a whole 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's a huge downside about this shit, man. I mean, again, they could have sped it up, but it's... Again, they have to keep in mind for the people who aren't too keen with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you could have used the Gale Boomerang if they included that.
Yeah.
Honestly, this would have been better if they added some type of tension, like something chasing you from the bottom.
Yeah.
But, well, now you get tediousness.
But hey, we're finally at the boss. Time to fuck shit up.
Are you?
Nah, I'm kind of gonna get lost here for a couple minutes, and then I realize, oh right, I remember what I had to do. No, it's because like it makes you think, okay, you're gonna have to go down this path. Like, oh wait, it's cut off. Well, maybe there's something I could claw shot my way to or over there. Nope, nothing. Then you gotta then you gotta make your way back the way you came, and then realize, oh, there's a spot you could claw shot to.
You thought the others. You thought the other side, but not this side.
Yeah.
How do I into boss battle?
Pretty much.
This is kind of a cool build. Remember the not the first, but the final boss in the first world in Link to the Past that pushes you off, and everyone hated that.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that, and then you fight him here. I mean, that's a cool little nifty build, you know?
Also, I didn't realize until I recorded this, but look at that grass. That is just horrible effect.
No, it's fucking Nintendo seal of quality, man.
Yep.
That looks like that one Wind Waker dragon.
I know which one you're talking about. Can't remember the name, though.
Well, do what I do, not give a fuck.
Yep, the Twilight Dragon Argorok. Those who saw my Let's Play of Hyrule Warriors should find him a little familiar, and spoiler warning, you deal with him here the same way you do in that game.
That's kind of a cool throwback.
Yep.
From Hyrule Warriors, not here.
Yeah. Also, you just pretty much more double claw shotting is essentially what this boss fight amounts to.
I gotta ask, how would you feel if games gave you an optional one-hit kill method?
Like, even to bosses?
Yeah. Like, you would have to figure it out, time it, or expose it, but it's there.
I think it would be pretty cool, and it would add, like, more speedrun factor to the game, especially if the game kind of has that kind of speedrunning tactics. Or, like, if it encourages speedrunning.
Yeah, pretty much. Or just replayability, self-challenge. You know, like, you don't have to do it, but a cool method would have been, like, you climb all the way to the top, right? You get on the top, use that speed that you can build up in a circle, if you can.
Yeah.
Jump off, iron boots in the sky, and do the downward strap. And then instant kill.
That would have been amazing.
That would have looked badass. You get rewarded with, like, a special cutscene because it's hard to pull off. And
then, like, Midna would be all like, damn.
Damn, son. Wu-Tang.
Goddamn Wu-Tang.
Repeat the process 3 more times and then... Or 1 more time and then another phase.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we're doing here. And you just wait for him to come back. Come on, buddy.
This shit's fucking boring, man.
I know. Like, it gets a little more interesting, but for the most part, this is essentially what we're doing. Claw-shotting our way up, dealing with Argorok in some way or form, somehow making our way back down, and rinse and repeat. I
think this dungeon would have been more better if the boss were here to interrupt you more than just that one time.
Yeah. Like, other than the one time where he broke the bridge, he doesn't really do anything to try to hinder your progress.
And
Like,
it's a huge fortress where you can like fly around. So like, you know how you're on those what are they called? Those things that spin in the air?
The P-hats?
There you go. He could have been a threat while you're traversing through that.
Yeah, maybe like if you saw a row of P-hats, like you had to go across a pit with, like maybe as you're about to reach the next one, he just comes in, swoops in, and eats a bunch of the P-hats. You're like, oh, now I gotta find another way around.
He mega evolved or lost his armor. Pick one, I don't care.
He just lost his armor.
P-hats, how convenient.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't see those there before. And
That's
there's
a
a
lot.
lot of them, yeah.
That'd be funny. This is what's her name? The girl who grows pumpkins. This is her patch.
Oh shit. I think her name was Kina?
I don't know. I only remember Beatrice.
Yeah. But yeah, as you're seeing, we're doing the exact same thing we did in the first phase, only it's a little more different now that we have P-hats at our disposal. Also, the boss is taking us a little more seriously now.
It's like, goddamn, he did it twice with me in a row. Well, better take off this armor that defends me and get serious.
I don't know why he didn't think of busting out the fire breath until he lost his armor.
See, this would have been cool when you were traversing the dungeon with P-hats. This kind of shows or practices or helps you practice for this phase.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing, but you're doing Link's grab attack in Soul Calibur right now. And Argarok is essentially Ivy.
I see no tits on that Argarok.
Well then bitch whack him off.
God damn.
The music's pretty neat though.
Yeah. Like,
It goes well with the storm.
I like the concept of this boss where you have to use the double claw shots to maneuver around the arena in order to deal with them properly and to avoid his attacks. It's just like the execution where I'm just like, meh.
I think this is where they could have included these slow turning windmills to like defend
Yeah.
against the fire or something like that. Like what I would have done is you include those slow turning windmills, right? You latch onto one and you latch onto the other, but you hold onto it to hold the windmill in place to defend against the fire. The boss has to catch his breath a bit. That gives you the chance to use the P has to go around and latch on its back for the final strike.
Yep.
But like that's just, again, I don't want to give myself credit. There's people who probably thought of a lot of things they could have done, you know? You could attach a bomb on this dude's back, but whatever.
Yeah. Like maybe make it so like, oh, the sword's not enough.
Yeah.
But no, it's the Master Sword, so it has to have some relevancy in this fight.
Only the Master Sword matters.
Yep.
Imagine smacking that motherfucker with the big Goron sword when you're on his back. Like, you open the inventory, switch to that. Donk! Donk!
Jesus. I think it would just go straight through his body at that point.
Extreme clipping, and then you hear nothing but Ike's sword effect from Brawl.
Oh, shit.
Smash! Smash!
Jesus.
Another
Also,
cool way would have been to latch on and put on the iron boots. Or not, I mean not that, but like he would fly around while you're latched on, and then you have to use the iron boots to slow him down and dodge shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just thinking of stuff.
They try to do a little bit of a mix-up with the third part of this second phase. I mean, like, you see him breathing fire, he's like, nope, I'm gonna catch you off guard.
I mean,
You
well, at
almost
least I don't know, man. I mean, they could have at least made one of the pillars crumble at some point.
Yeah, or like, he could have easily just destroyed the pillars that we're climbing on and like limit our options.
Yeah, and then from there you would have to ride on his back a bit or something.
Yeah. And we're pretty much done here. And stab.
It's like all I wanted was to scratch my back.
I don't have arms. I only have wings. It's like, I got what I wanted, but you did it with a sword.
I blame the schools.
God damn it.
That fall down animation looks so fucking cheesy.
Like,
How did he get down there? What the fuck?
I know.
He was on his back.
Maybe he got flung off or something. I don't know.
Like, I was just standing here the
anyway,
whole time.
Here's the last mirror shard. Now all that's left is to make our way back to the world of Twilight.
Look, you did it. It's the fourth shard. Now we have them all. Hey, Lunk. The words of the sages. Do you remember them? Only the true ruler of the Twilight can destroy the Mirror of Twilight. Sam could only break the Mirror of Twilight into shards. He couldn't utterly shatter it. That's proof of his false kingship. Lunk, we have to hurry. To the mirror chamber. After all, a fake is a fake. And no matter how much you dress it up, the real thing always wins.
Sure, why not?
That's an odd way to phrase it. Utterly shatter it.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to say obliterate it, but anyway, that's it for this dungeon. Thank you, Opaque Flake, for joining me.
No problemo.
Next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, we're gonna do a bit more collecting, and from there we'll make our way to the world of Twilight. See you guys then.
Fuck your outro. Check out my channel. K, thanks, bye.